Hi all you sake lovers out there. Tonight I'm starting another new video series called Switched On to Sake, where I'm going to try to turn somebody who doesn't like or doesn't know about sake into a sake fan. My first guest is the lovely, smart, and funny Kyora. So Kyora, can you tell us your experience with sake?
My experience with sake. So I think the first time I tried it was, I guess, when I turned 20. I tried. So my dad is a huge fan of sake, so I tried it because my dad asked me to try it, and I didn't like it, even though that I know that was like a good sake experience.
Yeah, because you where she grew up is like one of the most famous sake breweries in the world. You know that Hachinohe.
In the world.
Yeah, it's true. They've won the most awards in the world. Yeah. Anyway,
Didn't know that.
So what did you think of it?
What did I think of it?
Why didn't you like it?
I guess at that time I didn't have a lot of experience with sake, so that was a little too strong for me. That's my first impression of sake.
I see.
Strong.
It's actually true. You know, a lot of people think that sake is just like wine, but it actually has at least 3 to 4% more alcohol than wine. So that's why you kind of have to be careful drinking it sometimes, and it can be strong for people who aren't used to it. So what do you usually drink?
What do I usually something mixed with vodka or tequila or mixed with tequila.
Okay.
Not.
Right.
Yeah, I sometimes should take shots, but.
Okay. Well, tonight what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce you to 4 different types of sake, and we're just going to talk about them, like what you smell and what you taste, and try them with some different food that the restaurant has prepared for us. And then at the end, you get to take home the one that you like best.
Okay.
Does that sound like a deal?
Yep.
Okay. And we're doing our video tonight from the wonderful restaurant Maruhi in Fuchu in Tokyo, and they've agreed to host us and make a special appetizer plate and a main dish for us to taste our sake with tonight. So, let's get started.
Yay!
So tonight we're focusing on autumn sake, or akizake in Japanese. And there's a couple of different types of autumn sake, and I'll kind of be explaining as we go along. But a lot of autumn sake is basically, it's brewed in the winter or spring, and then it's pasteurized once, and then it's stored in a cool tank over the summer in the brewery. And then when the weather starts to get cool again, they release it and sell it in the shops. Sometimes it's pasteurized before being bottled again, and sometimes it's not. So that can kind of influence the flavor. This is actually not pasteurized before bottling, so it's only been pasteurized once. And it's from Yoshida Brewery, and the brand is Teidorigawa, which I think a lot of people are familiar with. So tell me what you think.
It smells good.
What does it smell like?
Apple? A little bit of I can smell something sour but sweet at the same time.
So like a green apple?
Yeah. I was thinking a lot of different kinds of apples because I'm from, Aomori.
Yeah, Aomori, famous for apples. Anything else? Anything else you get out of it? No? That's okay. So I think apple is the most dominant thing. I'm getting a little bit of banana. Can you smell any banana? Especially kind of not super ripe banana. You can stick your nose in there more too. And a little bit of cotton candy. Or like a candy kind of flavor. No? That's what I get. Anyway, let's taste it. What do you think? So we can talk about like what I usually feel is like I actually taste sake on different parts of my tongue at different times. So like at first you kind of notice the sweetness, like whether it's sweet or dry, and then in the middle you kind of sense the body, like whether it's like full-bodied or light, and then at the end is where you kind of feel acidity or bitterness. So like what do you feel out of those things, like sweetness, lightness or heaviness, acid or not?
So I first, like, only smelling it, I didn't smell bananas, but once I taste it, I definitely can feel it.
That's called, there's actually two different smells that you get. There's the smell that you get when you smell in, and there's the smell that you get when you swallow and breathe out. So it's actually can have kind of two different things. But that's interesting that you smelled the banana. Yeah, it's got a banana flavor, honestly, going on. How about like sweet or dry? What do you get out of that?
I don't really know what dry is like when it comes to sake.
Okay, well we're going to try a sweeter one next, so maybe you'll get a sense of like what the difference is. This is actually considered a dry sake because it's karakuchi. Written on there somewhere. Oh, karakuchi. So it's considered a dry sake, but the fruitiness, I feel like there's like, it's very clean, but there is the fruitiness which can make it kind of feel kind of sweet sometimes. Let's try a little bit sweeter one. Okay, so our second sake is actually a hiya oroshi. Hiya oroshi. So that's one of the names that you'll see for an autumn sake. So if you see that, you know that it's an autumn sake. And this is from, Ryujin Brewery in Gunma. And the name is Ose no Yukidoke. Do you know where Ose is?
I don't know.
Ose is like this marsh, and it's famous for its like marsh flowers in like on the border of Gunma, Tochigi, and Fukushima, I think. Yeah, it's famous for like hiking. Anyway, this should be a little bit sweeter. Let's see what you think. See what that smells like.
I don't smell anything.
It's pretty light. It's pretty light compared to...
Right, compared to this one, this is...
It's very light. Anything?
What do you smell? I don't...
I smell a little bit of pear, especially like nashi, like Asian pear.
Maybe.
Just very faint. It's not as aromatic as I thought it would be, actually, because it's a ginjo, so I thought it would be a lot more aromatic. Actually, daiginjo? Does it say daiginjo? I can't read.
Daiginjo.
Yeah, it's a daiginjo, so I'm surprised it's not more aromatic. Anyway, let's give it a taste. What do you think?
I think, like, I haven't, like, the first time I tried sake and I didn't like it, so I haven't tried sake. I've been avoiding it And like when it comes to Nihonshu sake, this is kind of like that like typical taste I think of.
Oh, really? Okay. So you don't like this?
I do.
Or it's you do?
Because now I'm used to like drinking, so I think I'm more used to the taste of it.
Okay.
Taste of like.
What do you get like on your tongue? What's the sensation that you get with this?
It's not strong, but like you know what's funny? Like when I try to drink it, like here, I smell like hair, as you said.
Yeah. I think compared to that one, we'll go back to that one in a minute. It's a lot smoother to me, and it's a little bit thicker on the tongue, and a good amount of bitterness in the end. Like, can you taste it afterwards? It's still in your mouth.
Yeah.
So it's like lingering bitterness, which can be good because it can kind of cut some heavy flavors sometimes. Just like beer or wine has that bitterness. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, our third sake tonight is from Akita, and it's from a brewery called Dainangawa. And this is another akizake. Can you just hold that for me? No, hold your cup for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you want to pour for me? Thank you.
A little family moment.
Oh, because you have to do that in your family, like pour for your dad and
Yeah.
stuff like that? Okay. All right, tell me what you think of this. Now, one thing to note, we drank the first two chilled, and we're drinking this one kind of at room temperature. Anything?
It smells like something fermented.
That's a good thing to notice because actually this is made with wild yeast. That's just like the yeast that's in the brewery. So it's going to have a little bit more of that kind of funky, fermented. It's not very strong though. It's just kind of like a hint of that, right? Yeah, it's got something I can't really place.
Like you peel off the banana and then like you throw the peel and then like
later, like
yeah,
what the peel smells like later.
Right.
Okay. But it's not very strong. I get that. Though. I know what you're saying. Okay, let's give it a try.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
It's strong.
Strong?
I think.
Like alcohol strong or like taste strong, flavor strong?
Both, but alcohol strong.
Really?
No.
Can you see what the alcohol is on it?
15.
Yeah, so it's not that high actually for a sake. I think what you might be tasting, it's very acidic. Can you taste the acid in the back? So it leaves a lot of. It's very tangy. And I'm getting kind of like mandarin orange. What is that in Japanese? Mikan.
Mikan?
No?
No.
It's actually, do you consider it sweet or not?
No, I think.
It's actually a very sweet sake. Like it has a lot of sugar left in it, but the acidity is also very high. So when you have that, and even if the sugar is high, if the acidity is also high, then you taste it as not sweet actually. But it's pretty like full in the mouth, right? Okay, last one we're gonna try is a warmed sake. Okay, so our final sake tonight is from Hirota Brewery in Iwate, and the brand is Hiroki. And this is a Yamahai. Yeah, Yamahai is another kind of sake that's made using wild yeast. So, and we're also drinking it warmed, so see what you think of that. Sorry. You might be able to smell the kind of fermentation smell that you smelled before. What do you get?
It's similar to what we had previously. Very like fermented.
Almost like miso. Like I can really smell like a miso, like almost like miso soup. And maybe like kind of not seaweed, but like kombu or something. Well, give it a try. What do you think of that?
It's strong.
Strong.
Very.
Well, the warming it will make it stronger. What's the alcohol in it?
16.
16. Okay. What's the sensation you get on your tongue?
Bitter?
Bitter?
なんか it stings my tongue.
It might be more the acidity, because there's a lot of like lactic acid, which is what's in like yogurt and stuff like that. But like on the first half of your tongue, it's pretty smooth. I feel like it's smooth, and then like it hits kind of in the end, right? Okay, so I actually this is the kind of style I kind of like recently.
Really?
Yeah, but we'll see. The perception is a lot different when you have it with food too, so let's try it with some food now. Okay, so we had our amazing appetizers, and let's talk about what they went well with. Kyoto, what's something that you thought went well together here?
So I thought the salmon went well with the first one.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was like, I know just the dryness of it, I think, and it just, yeah, like you said, it just kind of like, for some reason, it just meshed well in the mouth. Yeah. Anything else? How about the tofu?
Tofu went well with the third one.
Yeah, I agree too. I don't know why. Maybe because of the I don't know, fermentedness of it and things. I know tofu's not fermented, but for some reason it went well together.
It is, I think. No?
No, it's just like cooked. Like it's just. Yeah.
Okay.
Miso is fermented.
Right.
Yeah. And I really thought that this went amazing with sweeter things like this. What was this on the pork? Do you know what that?
Apple, I think?
Apple? Yeah, it was like
Yeah, that's apple.
apple on pork, and then satsuma imo or sweet potato in lemon, kind of a lemon sauce here. I thought it went really well with that. So like with sweeter things, I thought it went well. Okay, so now we have our main dish, which is pork cooked in miso on a magnolia leaf, which is actually a specialty of Takayama in Gifu. And let's see how it goes with our different sake. My feeling is that it will go with the warmed sake a little bit better as a warm dish, but try it with various things and we'll say what we thought it went best with.
Only drinking like this like itself. This, to be honest, this was my least favorite. But with food, I like this one
Right?
too. Yeah.
Yeah, it really makes a difference. That's why it's kind of hard when you visit like a brewery or even just like eating out or something like that. If you're like, oh, give me some sake, or you try some sake and you don't eat it with anything, you aren't really getting like what it actually will taste like when you like use it, you know. All right, so we had our wonderful appetizers and our main dish prepared for us by Maruhi, and it's time to make your choice, Kyoda. First of all, did I switch you onto sake?
Yes, I think.
Okay, well, qualified yes, that's better than no. And now you get to choose which one you want to take home. So this was the kind of dry and fruity one. This was the kind of sweet and fruity one. This was the sweet and acidic one. And this was the kind of dry and acidic one. So which one are you going to choose?
This one or this one?
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you want to taste them again? Do you want to taste them again?
Maybe. It's the first
What do
one.
you usually eat?
What do I usually? These days I'm kind of into like chicken breast.
Chicken breast.
Yeah.
And what kind of flavor?
I use like different 조미료.
Spices.
Yeah, sometimes only salt, but sometimes like with basil and like salt and like I don't know, like a lot of things. And last time I tried shiokoji, I really liked it, so maybe.
Shiokoji. That's kind of a hard one. I actually think that this one might pair better with that because it was a little bit more. I feel like it had a little bit more umami, a little bit more richness and fullness, and this would be more like for like fish if you were like eating sanma or something like that. So I honestly think that this might be a little better with that. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so she's going with this one. All right, thanks for watching Switched On to Sake, and be sure to tune in to my next video where I try to turn someone else into a sake fan.